Yes, sir. Hold on, Ash. Wait a minute. I'm gonna let this bitch build up real quick. Let me let it build up real quick. Let the beat build. Let the beat build. It's going down. Oh, she here, y'all. Oh, she here. Oh, she here. She is here. She is here to speak to be the voice for the females. I'm telling you what's going down. If you ain't shared it, you got her. Yeah, I got her. She is here. She is here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She is here. Hold on. She is here. Hold on, wait. Let me wait a minute. Wait a minute. She is here. If you ain't shared this live, go ahead and share this motherfucker. This live right here is about to be exclusive. Exclusive. I finally got her. She is here. Please don't have no fear. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, go ahead. All right, I'm about to add her in a minute. I'm about to add her in a second. Hold on, hold on. All right. Like her. All right, I'm about to bring her on. It's about to go down. Y'all be prepared. Y'all be ready. Because this could get emotional for some. And you know me, I will be questioning. And some more shit. So I want everybody to give her a warm welcome. Here goes Ashley on Phone and Grave. What's up?
So,
What's going on, baby?
oh God, they gave me liquor, bro. I don't drink.
Oh man, your ass was passed out, huh?
I swear to God, I was, bro. I swear to God.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing, man? So yeah, I had this live going earlier or whatnot about a female that was tortured for 7 hours in an abandoned crib by her ex. So why don't you introduce yourself to the people and where you from for real?
I'm nervous. Hi. I'm nervous as hell. I don't even know why.
It's all good. Trust me. Hey, I'm gonna make you feel good about it. I'm gonna be joking with you and all type of shit. So don't even worry about that. We're gonna be all right. All right.
All
So
right.
on I'm just start off like this. This particular guy, what is his name for people that actually for people to be aware of who this guy is? People might know who he is anyway and might have a story about him.
Latif Gaines. He stayed on
Latif,
71st and Harvard.
Latif Gaines. Okay, bet, bet. Now, man, that name sounds so familiar. All right, now, how did you meet him?
Man, I met him through Facebook, but you see, I spent him for 3 months, and then I think it was like 2 days after like my 17th birthday or some shit. And he called me and he was like, "Man, I'm just done because you want to spend me and all this." I said, "Man, you know what? I'm on my way." So I went to his job and I sat there for 7 hours till he got off of work.
And how long have you two? What? How long were you two together?
3.5 years.
Okay, now in the beginning of the relationship, or as this relationship, or while this relationship was going, when was the first sign? How long was it before? How long was it when the first sign? How long were you two together when you start to see the first sign of abuse from him?
Um, See, he was kind of like, how do I explain it? Like, he just didn't give a fuck about girls, kind of. Like, he had told me stories about shit like this one girl he brought into his crib, and then I guess he like had sex with her, and then he like kicked that hoe down the stairs or some shit. And he had told me this shit, and see, he had never been with a white girl or anything like that. So like, I was his first white girl. I was his first heavier girl too, and so like, it probably took 3 months, and then see, he was on K2 really bad, and he went to work, and his uh floorboards were wooden, and I stood up and I bumped the little like dinner table that like had a K2 going on it, and it dropped between the cracks, and he came home and he spazzed. Like he went off. I couldn't even believe it. Like it was just like a whole different person.
And how long were y'all together at that time?
I was like 3 months.
Okay, so um, after that first episode, 3 months, you guys were off.
Huh?
Were you guys off and on?
Yeah, cause he would do like little shit, but like you don't know, like this boy could like talk you out of anything. Cause I had like originally I was not gonna be with him. The first day that I met him, he had told me for those 3 months, man, I ain't got another girl. Like you can see my phone when I get here. So like when I finally got there, he would not let me see his phone. And then like I finally peeked over and shit, and I seen that he was texting a girl that I knew. She was on my Facebook, and I was like, let me message this girl and see what's going on. So I messaged her and I found out, and I left. And he didn't like do shit or nothing. Like he got really upset about it and shit. And like there was just like little things, but like this boy would like fix it quick as hell. Like he, I don't even know how he did half the shit.
Okay, fast and forward on this day that this torture took place. What happened that whole day? Like from the time that you woke up, from the time that you went to sleep.
Man, we woke up and he said, "Bro, I gotta get some money. Like we gonna get some bag." He had me on like K2 really bad. So like I was smoking like hella K2. He's like, I'm gonna go to
Pause.
Tank's, and Tank's lived
Pause.
behind the
Pause
bando.
right quick. Hold on, wait. Pause right quick. What was the effects that made you feel so good that you had to keep smoking K2? What made you feel good?
I wasn't allowed not to smoke it. If I didn't like not smoke it, like I was an aunt. He was paranoid that I would like leave or some shit. Like he was like real paranoid about it. So I started smoking the shit, and then I was using the shit to sleep because he was making me paranoid as fuck. And what I mean by paranoid is like I didn't know. Like I couldn't. I was scared that he would probably kill me in my sleep. And like K2, like when I would hit a blunt, I would go straight to sleep. So it was helping me with my sleep. But like during that time, like before I met him, dude, I was like 300 pounds. Like K2 fucks you up.
So if you feared that you were probably that he would probably kill you in your sleep, what made you stay in the same? Was he living with you or was you living with him?
One night I woke up in the middle of the night after it was a night that he would like freak the fuck out. And he was asleep and I like looked over at him and see he wouldn't let me work or do anything. So I took $20 from his wallet. I walked outside and I looked around and there was this guy sitting in his truck across the street. And I walked up to him. I said, "Bro, I will do anything if you get me the fuck away from where I'm at." So he leaves. I end up getting into a domestic violence shelter on the west side. This boy finds me on the west side. Like no matter where I went, he would find me. So I just ended up staying. And then on top of it, like this boy, he was gonna burn his mama, his sister's baby that was like 3, and his brother alive. And so, like, I was the only one that could talk him down. But I get my ass beat for it, but I could talk him down from that shit. So, like, in the end, like, I really thought that like I could change him. That's really what it was.
What made you so in love with him that was it even the love or you just felt like you couldn't get away from him?
It started off as love. Like, I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't have done for that man because I almost caught 2 felonies and a misdemeanor because of him. I like in the beginning it was so crazy because this boy would like break bread like anything like if we didn't have money or whatever it was and he had $5 in his pocket he'd go spend that $5 on a meal and we split that shit in half like
You
that it was
see?
crazy like he was like originally like a good dude he broke bread and it was something that like I had never seen before because I'm from the suburbs like I'm not from Cleveland you know and I had seen that shit and he treated me good like there was stuff that he would say that he would like treat me good and I had never seen that before. And see, I was kind of insecure because I used to be like a really big bitch. And he made me feel beautiful. And I really liked that.
Yeah, well, I can understand that actually. Yeah, a female likes the attention that she receives, especially if it's good. A female that's not used to getting attention like that, and when she finally get it, she wants to keep that. You feel me? So I can
Yeah, pretty
understand that
much.
part. So I mean,
But
I
then,
guess
like, after a while, it was more so I can't get away. Oh my God, like, anywhere I go, this boy will find me. How the fuck did he find me in a shelter on the west side? Like, them are supposed to be, like, private.
exactly. Okay, so continue about that day about him going to get some money.
Oh, so he went to go get some money or whatever. He was gone, like, 2 hours, and I was in the bando. And I had cleaned the bando up. He had my phone. He put it on charge in the other house. Because you see,
Wait,
I went homeless
how
for
did
this
you
boy.
end up in this bando?
I went homeless for him. My mom and my dad didn't like him, and he tried to strangle me upstairs at his mama's house because we got into it, and he had stopped and shit, and his mama kicked him out, and I'm like, okay, bro, like you're not about to sleep on the streets of Harvard, like you gonna get hurt. And so I took him all the way back to Madison with me. I snuck him into my mama's house. Yeah, and we got caught. We did. And so finally like we went back to Cleveland and we decided that we were just gonna stay in a bando because
How did
Tank
you
didn't like
find the abandoned
this is what I don't get.
how did you find the house that you was
Huh?
going how did you find the abandoned house that you was going to sleep in?
Tank, this person that like I guess he does all these odd jobs on the east side. He hated me because like I had spoke up one day and I had told his like little niece or whatever the fuck she was that he was beating the fuck out of me because she seen all these bruises on me.
Hmm.
And I said I can't get away, and he started hating me for that shit. So he like finally was like, "There's a bando behind the house, like y'all can stay there." Like he gave us like blankets and all this shit for that. We were in that bando before he went to jail, and then like I went and I got a job, and I was doing good because he wouldn't let me. He would not let me out of his sight. I went 3.5 years not being able to pee alone. Do you know how difficult it is to not be able to go to the bathroom
Wait,
alone?
so every
Like he
time
would
you
not
went to
let
the
me out of his
bathroom, he was right there with you.
sight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He used to make me sit his job 24/7 because he ain't want me to leave. I didn't understand why in the beginning, but now I get it. Now I get it. See, like his first girl, he had talked about her a lot, but I never knew what fully happened to her. After I got him for what he did to me, his nephew called me. I feel like his nephew trying to set me up. His nephew called me and he told me the truth. He said that one day she said she was going to the store and she ran. He gave her permanent brain damage. She was 13 years old.
Mm, mm, mm. Why you ain't just leave? Yeah. So, oh wait, okay. So wait,
I
listen.
already answered why I
Wait, when
couldn't
you
just leave.
went to
That boy would
the
find me.
when he found you at the shelter downtown, I mean, it was public. So what made you still leave and go with him?
It wasn't public though. This is like a shelter. Like I'm gonna explain this to you. This shelter had like girls, kids, like all these people in it. And there's like 50 girls in this one house on the west side. And like when I got there and shit, like you would never guess. You would never guess. It looks just like a house. Like you would never guess it was anything. This boy found me there, and I had to go with him because he said, "Bro, if you don't go with me, like I'm gonna blitz this place up." Because he was a GD. I said, "Man, I ain't about to let nobody get hurt because of me."
You really think that he would have did that?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Like I don't think you understand. This boy was gonna stab a guy with a screwdriver in broad daylight, and I had to stop him.
Okay, 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 okay. Continue about this day. Did he go get some money?
Nah, he like came into the bando. He was real cool, and you see, I had just found because we had lived in the bando before, and then we moved into like this house of fucking fiends after he got out of jail because he got me fired from my job and shit in Madison, and I went with him and we moved back into the bando and we were living there and fucking he comes in he's cool but like I had found these like little like I ain't gonna lie they were like these little like gray booty shorts that he really liked on me and shit and I like told him like look what I found and he said guess what the fuck I found and that's what like his whole demeanor changed and I'm like what the fuck is you talking about and he goes so you were gonna leave me because he left because or he didn't leave. He was mad that I was gonna leave him. But I never actually did leave him. Like he had went to jail and shit. We got arrested together. And fucking they had like 12 cops on him. Like I swear to God, they came into the fucking store out of nowhere. And then he was screaming, beg, they're hurting me, like I can't breathe. And I reached down and I pulled the cop off of him. And they went to charge me for it.
Damn, boy, you a ride or die for real.
Man, I swear to God, you're not gonna sit there and like tell me you can't breathe or like they're hurting you, and I'm like, I like what am I gonna do? I panicked, so I did. I grabbed the cop off of him. They took me to jail. They're like, if you don't get charged in 36 hours, you're free to go. So I spent a weekend in jail. And what's funny is they arrested us together, so we were sitting there, and he's like trying to be cool with me. This is why I didn't leave. He came up to the fucking. They put me in isolation because they didn't want me to talk to him and all this shit. He went straight up to the fucking jail cell. He goes, man, I love you. You've done everything for me. Like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be good. Call Gotti when you get out. Which I did. I called Gotti when I got out, and Gotti was like his dude. Like, and Gotti went and came and like got me from downtown, took me back to the house and shit. And I was living in this house of like fiends. Like I'm talking like there was like meth heads, there was two heroin addicts, and there was a crack user. And in order for me to live there, I had to buy the shit that they wanted to do. And like I'm like, bro, I can't even go home. He fucked up my like living situation with my mom because I took him back there. And like I had told my mom, man, I'm done with this life. Like I don't even want to be in this shit no more. Like I'm tired. And she would not let me go back. Like she wouldn't let me do any of that.
So you had no. So you really you just was doing what you could do to survive, basically.
Pretty much. And like you gotta understand, like I'm in like the ghetto on the east side. Like there's nothing like you gotta like figure out how you're gonna handle your thing. You're gonna figure out. I went. He spent 2 weeks in jail. I went 2 weeks without eating because I know how to pull the money in because he wouldn't let me do shit.
I mean, but he
So
was in.
every dollar that I got, like they wanted to spend on their fucking drugs and all this shit. Like
So when he got out, what happened?
when he got out, I had put myself in another domestic violence shelter. This one was a different one, but it was like better. It was like a religious one. It was real nice. You couldn't leave the building, and I put myself in there, and then finally, cause like I was withdrawing off of K2, which is like a horrible withdrawal. Like, oh my god, I don't wish that on anybody. It makes you sick, like really sick. And I finally got my mom to take me back. And I went all the way back to Madison. I got a job. I was working at Walmart. And it was like my first job ever. Like I was so excited. And I was like about to go like to college. Like I was happy, you know? And he gets out. And he gets out. He messages me on Facebook. And I said, bro, get off his account. Because I didn't think it was him. Because he was facing 6 years, bro. He got caught with a gram of meth he was going to sell. He cut off his fucking bracelet. Like he was going down. He had a gun charge. Like he was going down. So I didn't think he was gonna get out. So I was like, man, get off his account, bruh. And he was like, no, that's me. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, it's not. And he goes, yeah, 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 it is. And I was like, I don't believe you. So he video calls me, bruh. And I'm like standing like in the middle of my job in the back room because I worked in fresh produce. And I answer the call and I see that it's him. I said, oh my God. I said, they let you out? And he goes, yeah, because of the COVID. Like, I guess there's 2 inmates because of COVID. And I'm like, okay. And I was doing fine, like, regardless of that shit. And he came in. He showed up to my job with a gun to get me back to Cleveland.
So wait though. Oh man, hold on. So wait. So in your head though, okay, listen. In your head, he's crazy enough to shoot people or do things to if you don't come back type shit.
Huh?
So he based so you in your head he crazy enough to fuck with somebody else over you. And the reason
Listen, this boy, how do I explain this boy in like a right way? He don't give a fuck. Like, he does not give a fuck. He will hurt anybody, anywhere, anytime. Like he will grab any inanimate object to kill your ass with. Like that's who this was. And I didn't know it was like that before. Like even when he got like abusive with me, I didn't know he was all like that until he tried to strap fucking Paris on fucking broad daylight on 71st and Harvard in front of the gas station.
okay, so all right, now when y'all was in the crib and he said, "Guess what I found?" Now what happened then?
Yeah, he goes, guess what I found? And I'm like, man, what? He's like, so you gonna leave me? And at first, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Like I looked at him crazy as fuck. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, so you were gonna leave me? He's like, you messaging Julie and you telling him you're gonna leave me. I said, obviously that didn't happen because those text messages were from a month prior when he went to jail. I said, obviously that didn't happen. I'm still fucking here. And he was like, nah, bitch, you were gonna leave me. He's like, ain't nobody gonna have you. Straight like that. Ain't nobody gonna have you. He's like, bitch, you gonna die for that shit. I said, what you mean? He said, you really think that I'm gonna give you up on some shit? He's like, you don't understand. You belong to me. I said, man, get out of my face with that. Like, I don't wanna. I don't care. He's like, you don't understand. Just get out of my face. I didn't think it would go that far. He had never gone that far before.
What's the first thing he did when he said that?
He see, I had like I didn't think anything was gonna happen, so I had went into like this little bedroom. The way that this place was set up, it was like shit. I'm gonna show you. Just there's the kitchen. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm in the projects right now. and then it would go to the living room, and then right in the side of the living room there was like a door, and it led to a room, and that was the room we were staying in because it was the only room that had a lock on it. And I go into the room and shit because I'm getting dressed because we about to leave and shit. Because like after he gets money, what do we normally do? We go call and get bag. Go get food, go get bag, come back to the house, and then slump for the night. So I'm over
Mm-hmm.
there, like, I go into the room, I'm getting dressed. He literally walks into the room, he closes the door, he locks it. I look up, I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "You were going to leave me." I said, "Man, so what?" Like, obviously, I didn't leave. Like, obviously, like, I was just talking. I haven't left yet, you know? And he goes, "Nah, it's over with." He punches me in my shit. I didn't even see the shit coming. That's what really fucked up. That's how he did damage. Like, okay. If you look, I can't lift my one eyebrow. This side's paralyzed. Like, all this is paralyzed, all this is swelling. He hit me so fucking hard, he damaged the nerve in the side of my face. And, like, I probably won't get it back. There is a surgery I can do to fix it, but it's not guaranteed. But he hit me so fucking hard that he fractured the bone underneath my eye. And like I didn't even see it coming. Like that's the fucked up thing. Cause like I could take a hit. That ain't shit. Like obviously I've been with this boy. Like I could take a punch. This wasn't like no like regular punch. Like this boy like literally was trying to knock me the fuck out. I also can't feel this part of my face right here underneath my eye.
No.
And see when I went like I'm not gonna lie to you. I went after he did that shit. I went and you see the same pocket knife he cut. It was like a switchblade. The same one that he cut his bracelet off of, I picked it up. And I was like, bruh, what is you doing? Like, I was going to get out of that fucking room. Like, that was my whole goal. I'm going to get the fuck out that room. And he literally, he fought me for the knife. I only cut his hand. I didn't stab him. I do nothing. I was not going to kill him. Like, I did not want to hurt him. I can't hurt people I love. This boy fucked my hand up so bad. So, like, I got a scar right here. This is from the stabbing my hand. I can't bend my thumb. He literally mangled the bone in my thumb, or the bone in my thumb, to the point where, like, I had to get a pin to fix it, and it won't bend the way that my other one does. Okay, then there's this finger that won't straighten. He broke the bone of this one, and then the two tips of these ones are broke, and then this is dislocated. Like, he literally, like, broke my hands trying to get that knife.
Okay, so after he received the knife, then what?
After he see the knife, he said, "Bitch, you don't know what you just did." I said, "Listen, I used to be able to talk him down when he would like get this way. You know what I'm saying? Like I could sit there and I'd be like, man, just calm down. Like we could talk about it. We could talk about it. He may throw a hit or two, but I could get him to calm down. I could not get him to calm down this time. Like I couldn't like none of that. This boy was in full on terrorizing mode. Like and what he does is in order to make him madder, he hypes himself up.
Okay, so after he got the knife, what happened?
After he got the knife, I freaked out. There was this closet in this room that was like underneath a set of staircases. Like the staircase was on the other side of the wall, but like it was like this small little spot. I tucked myself into that spot and I was like talking to him. I said, "Please, man, just calm the fuck down." This boy broke the top stair of that spot, pulled the drywall out, climbed in that bitch, and he said, "Bitch, you don't know what I did." I said, "Please just stop. Please just stop." Like it was nothing. Like obviously I didn't leave. Like it was none of that, you know? No. He would not. Like he wasn't gonna stop. Like I really realized that. And that's like what I don't get. Like, boy, I just caught like almost caught two felonies and a misdemeanor for you. Like when I say like there wasn't shit that I wouldn't do for this boy, um, when we went to my mama's house, he got mad at my mama's house after he got caught and shit. My parents left out the house and shit. and he was like spazzing. And I'm thinking, oh my God, dude, I'm my mom's only kid. She can't come back to this shit. Like, this is not something that happens in the suburbs, you know? And, fucking, he's like, you gonna take me back to Cleveland. Like, you gonna give me my drugs. Like, you gonna give me all this shit, blah, blah, blah. We go to Cleveland. I ain't gonna lie. I took my mama's car. That's what my two felonies were, burglary and GTA. And I took my mama's car and I drove him back to Cleveland. Now the whole goal was to return the car. That's not what happened. He woke up. He was mad as shit. He got mad because one, we were almost out of gas, which I can't control that. Like, what the fuck you want me to say? I don't have money in my pocket for that shit at the moment. This boy grabs the wheel, pulls the wheel on me, totals the car. Okay, there's a gun in the car. The cop comes around the bend like 2 minutes later. Like it wasn't a cop. It was what is those? What are those fucking people?
Uh, security, like a
Park
security.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Oh, Ranger.
park people. Like, yeah, it was a ranger. He comes around the bend. I look at him. I said, "Bro, give me the gun." And he goes, "What?" He didn't want to give me the shit. I was like, "Oh my God, man, he messed up. He really messed up. I can't even. I don't even." He gave it to me, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I just got a message." He gave it to me, and I was like, "Bro, that you gonna go down for it? Like, you got to give it to me." He gave it to me, and I was like, okay. They let us go that day. We left out that park. Like, it wasn't, there was nothing going on. Like, we left out that park just fine. Fucking, he gets mad. I call my friend Demetrius. Demetrius comes out from Madison, takes us 10 minutes down the road to Tank's house. And fucking, we go to Tank's house. That's when we get into the bando. That was the first time that we actually got into the bando, was because of that.
So when he got the knife stuff, what transpired after that?
After what?
After he got the knife.
Oh, after he got the knife, like I had freaked out. He finally did drop the knife. I begged him though, like when I say like I freaked out on him, I freaked. I begged him, like I was holding his wrist, like even like I couldn't feel that my hands were broke. I actually didn't know they were broke. Even like when I went to the hospital, I didn't know this one was broke. They never X-rayed it. They only X-rayed this one. So I was like moving my hand and all this shit, and this hand was broken. I didn't know it, but like I was grabbing onto his wrist and I was begging him. I'm like, please, please stop, please stop. So he ends up grabbing like the 2x4 with the nail in it. And he said, whatever, bitch, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. I said, man, stop. Like, this ain't what you want. Like, you don't want to do this. Well, he didn't care. I remember, I remember each weapon, but there are like spots that like are completely black that I don't remember. I remember getting hit with the 2x4. I remember feeling, like, I heard the crack. Like, I heard a crack when he hit me with the 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on my legs. And I remember he broke the metal pole on my back, and it was like one of the poles that you hang curtains with.
Mm-hmm.
He hit me so hard that bitch bent in half and broke.
And you said it had nails in it.
Yeah, the 2x4 had a nail in it, a nail on the end of it. So like, hold on, we gonna show you this shit. Hold on, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, we
Matter of
need a better
fact,
light. Hold on, give me
this,
a second.
look, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to show these pictures, and you just explain each one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so like in my what is this? My left leg, which I guess would be your right. Those little like circle marks, those are nail marks. That's where the nail went into my body.
All right. Boom. Look, here we go. Go through these pictures. Oh, shit. All right.
Okay, so like the top red mark, that's a belt. He hit me so hard with a belt, it blistered, and then it peeled over, and now it's scarred.
That's this right here, right?
Okay, but if you go down to like my lower leg, there's like little circles and shit. Those are hole marks from nails. What is that? Oh, that's my arm. Like you could see where he mangled my thumb. They put me in a cast. And then I ended up going back like I think like a day after I got out of the hospital, and I was like, "Does this look right to you?" And they're like, "Oh well, we can X-ray it." And then they sent me home in two casts and told me to wash my leg. How was I gonna wash my leg in two casts?
So that's the belt right there, right?
The top one, the red one.
And these from the nail in the wood.
Yeah, those are the nails, but like the top one is the red one, the dark red one. That's the belt.
I wish.
Them pictures after I got out of Metro, I went to Metro Trauma Center. After I got out of Metro Trauma Center, I was sent to a different, more severe domestic violence shelter where it's even more protected than what like any of the other shelters, and they only take like the worst of the worst. And I was one of the worst of the worst, so they took me and they put me in that shelter. That's what those pictures are from. I actually only oh yeah, those are his charges. He got attempted murder, rape, 4 felonies assaults, 2 kidnaps, a theft, and disrupting public service. Disrupting public service is when they don't let you call the police. That's an actual charge. Those are felony fours. Domestic violence is a felony one. The 2 kidnappings are felony ones. The 4 felonies assaults are felony twos. The rape and attempted murders are felony ones. See, my mama, she like took me in after like all this shit happened because I'm her only kid. And she actually healed like all my wounds. She takes me to like all my doctor's appointments. Like she's really like this incredible person. Mm. He hit me so hard, my spine's not in alignment. So when I sit, I tilt my head to the side because it's more comfortable for me. So like the top two vertebrae, they're tilted. My entire spine is tilted from trauma.
Mm, mm, mm.
My mama took that picture.
Okay, so explain how did that happen? How did that? Oof, oof, oof,
That one happened because
oof.
he okay, this is gonna get really disgusting, and I'm not gonna explain this to you. When I was in the domestic violence shelter, or not domestic, yeah, the domestic violence shelter. My bad. I had these two nurses that were like my roommates, and these nurses have been through it too. Like one girl, she got her throat cut. Like she's like this most beautiful, sweetest girl like you could ever meet. She gave me a stuffed animal fish, like I'm obsessed with, and and I went to back to the doctor because one, it looked like it was getting infected, which it was infected. I ended up going back to Metro, and I'm like, "Can you clean it? Like, can you do this?" They did not clean it. In fact, they removed the stitches 4 days after it happened
Mm.
and sent me back to the house with like a gaping hole in my leg. And my mom, like, I called my mom and I was freaking out because the nurse says, "Dude, I'm worried about sepsis." And so I call my mom, and my mom drops everything. She's at work. She goes, "You know what? I'm coming to get you." She takes me to a different hospital. I undergo 2 surgeries on my leg because it was that infected, and that's what that came from.
Did he? So he did he?
But that was like
Did he cut you?
he
Cut
pissed
that?
on me twice. That's what it was. That's what the infection was.
So he like shaved you like a potato?
Yeah,
Oh man.
he was on drugs. He was on K2,
Mm.
and like mental issues. He was like a. Do you guys know the difference between an alpha and a beta male? What's that? Huh? No, they didn't send it yet. I'm sorry, that's my friend. Okay.
Mm.
Where you been? Oh, I'm on that show.
Mm.
All right. If I get off the show, I'll text him. So,
Oof.
a really, really old friend of mine.
Okay, so the story you said that was gonna be very, very nasty.
Huh?
You know, we was talking about how you got that.
Yeah, like okay, he was an alpha male. So an alpha male is when basically it's his way, no way. Like he thinks he's the shit. Like he literally thinks he's a god. He puts himself above everyone type thing.
Well, damn.
No victims of crime. What do you mean? Like the compensation for victims of crime? I did.
So, man, like you ain't pass out. Like I know it was like, man, like very like
I
still.
did. He had strangled me. Like he had literally strangled me multiple times and I had passed out. But I think my body and like my mind and everything knew I was in trouble because right after I would pass out, I would jump up. And like there was like this one time, the first time that he strangled me to the point that I passed out. And hold up.
No, 'cause hey, he won't come from up the street. He was down the street, and I got him right here.
Who?
That that baby right there. I
Isaac?
know. Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
y'all.
Can you? Yeah,
Isaac, come on.
yeah. Cause he was just down the street, and I'm like, nope.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Oh no. Oh, he's down there.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I'm sorry, but
You
okay. What
good?
were we talking about?
You said victim of crimes where they.
Oh yeah, he had strangled me and stuff. But there was this one time, the first time that he did it, that I had passed away, and
You mean
it's
passed
not my
out,
baby,
not
by the
passed
way.
away,
No, it's
bro.
not my baby at all. I'm at a friend's house, so like it's her baby. But they're out there, like they're by the car and shit, and they didn't see him, so like they just came in and got me just in case. But I woke up and it was such a vivid memory. It was one of our best memories, and I tried to like tell him about it. Like I tried to get him to calm down and tell him about it because it was so amazing. It was like it was actually like happening again. I think at this point I was just losing my fucking mind, but like that's what happens. Like you have like these vivid memories. And I don't know if it was just because he was doing it, but like that was the memory that I came up with was the one like one of our best memories.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say like this boy wasn't all bad, the best memory was I had never been on a date. All right. And this boy, he went and got like these hot dogs from like this restaurant in Cleveland that was like on a movie or something.
Uh
I don't
huh.
know. Apparently like had me dress up, took me down to the park, and we sat there, we ate them, and we talked for hours. Like it was one of our best memories. It was like one of the memories that I loved with him.
So how did you end up escaping?
Oh, after the seventh hour, he was tired. He was really tired. And he was like, you're dead, pretty much. And he went to go get a cigarette and a drink of water. And then he was going to come back and he was going to torch the place. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Them hot dogs are good as fuck.
Wait.
When I got to the hospital, though,
Hold on, wait.
I had
You
such perfect strangulation marks
you was
that they asked me to sign away my picture so they could teach other people.
so wait when he went to go get the water and shit.
When he went to go get the water and shit, I was laying there. I was like ready to die. Like that's it. I was ready. Everything hurt on my body. I'd never been in such pain before. And I was so tired. And I could like lift my arm up and I could feel the puddle of blood that had formed around my body where I was laying. And I was like touching on it. And like I had no clothes on from like the top down. Like I had like a sweater on, but I didn't have like pants, I didn't have panties, I didn't have none of that on. And what I did was the blanket that I was laying on that had all the blood on it, I wrapped it around me because all I could think is, dude, my mama doesn't know where I'm at. I haven't spoken to my mama in 2 months. I'm her only child. I gotta get out. So I wrapped the blanket around me and I crawled through the living room, the kitchen, and down like these like four little steps out the bando onto like this like piece of wood that they had used to cover the door before we pried it off. And I crawled all the way down to the end of the driveway. And then I was like, oh my God, he only went behind. Like I gotta get up, I gotta run. And I finally stood up. I think my adrenaline was pumping because at this moment, like I didn't feel nothing.
Right.
And I stood up and I ran, and then like the whole world just automatically turned on its side. I felt sick as fuck, and I was like, man, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I dropped behind a black car that had tinted windows, and this like lady, she opens the window and she goes, "Oh my God, baby, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Call the police. He's trying to kill me." She goes, "Who?" I said, "My boyfriend." She goes, "Oh my God, baby, hi." Now, you know in Cleveland how they have those railings that like you could tuck yourself in behind and like nobody can see you,
Uh
like
huh.
on the porch?
Uh huh.
Yeah, I went and I crawled up onto her porch. I tucked myself behind the railing and her son comes out. I think it was her son. And I tell him, "Go in the house. He's going to kill you too." And he goes, "I'm not going in the house." And I said, "Please go in the house because I don't want anybody else hurt." And he goes and he sits down and he goes, "You good now? You okay?" I asked him for a glass of water, and like the ambulance was like, "Man, she can't drink all this. Like she's not allowed to have anything." Man, I downed 2 water bottles, and I think it was like the only thing that was like keeping me awake, if that makes sense. And so I finally, like when the cops showed up, they went onto his porch and they went to lift me up, and then after that, I just dropped, and my body couldn't do it anymore.
Damn.
Which is loud as fuck.
And you was relieved after that shit, huh?
Actually, when I got to the hospital, the detective had showed up on site, and I've been in for like 35 years or some shit. He was amazing. He comes in with two other cops, and like there's other cops sitting around in the cars and shit. And we get to the hospital, and they're starting to stitch me up. And I'm laying in the room, and I'm looking up at these people while they're doing this. I'm in like so much pain. They jab the needle in for like to numb the like cut. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta stick it in the cut. Oh my God, let me tell you, it was the most miserable thing of my life. After they get done, the detective's standing in the room. After they get done, I look at the nurse and I go, "Is this real or am I dreaming it?" Because I've been to Metro before, and the images when he strangled me were so vivid that I didn't believe I was alive. Like I was really confused. And she goes, "What do you mean? Did you make it?" I said, "Is this real?" She goes, "She's she's in shock. There's something wrong." They shine this bright light into my eyes. They finally, like, after, like, they kept me in, like, observation for, like, ever. They finally took me to my room, and, like, the lady comes upstairs, And they're like, you can watch TV. I sat and I believe me when I say this is the most fucked up thing. And I really think like my mind couldn't process what was going on. They sat me in my room. They're like, you can watch TV. I never turned the TV on once. I never slept. I stared out a window for 3 days.
Damn, I know you. That's traumatic. It's traumatizing, of course. Why would you? That's the least thing you worried about is the TV.
I don't know. I was stuck. But like, here's the crazy thing. When they put me in that shelter, he had got a new girl. And she was younger than me. But she looked like me. Like it was weird. Like she looked like me. And he had called me on Facebook in that bando. And he goes, man, she don't mean shit to me. Like I just did to piss you off type shit. He said, you called the cops. I said, I didn't call the cops. Because it's true, I didn't call the cops. They called the cops. Um, I told him, you're going to jail. And he was trying to get me back. Like he was really trying to get me back. And I just didn't want anything to do with it. Like I said, I'm done. I'm done. You tried to kill me. Like I'm done.
How the fuck you nigga? And you trying to get me, bitch? Nigga, is you dumb? What's wrong with that nigga?
He said, we've been together 3.5 years. Like, there's not shit that I wouldn't do for you. Bitch, you wouldn't even change. All you needed to do was stop beating me. We could have been solid.
Mm, mm, mm. Now,
I
now,
really could listen. There's this thing in my family where we like to fix people. You know, like when we see somebody with like a broken heart or like damaged or whatever, we want to fix that. Like I'm a nurturer. That's what I do. I couldn't fix him.
wow. And it's like he really didn't want nothing for you or for you. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want to see you succeed. He didn't want to see you do shit.
No, he didn't want to see me. I put my entire like I wasted so much time, you guys. Like I put my entire life on hold.
You really
Like I
did.
really, I,
You even
I
went you
messed
even
up on
went
that one
you
because I
went
could have gone
homeless for
far.
his
Like I'm
ass.
not no dumb person. Like I'm a really smart person.
Nigga, if you any female that go homeless for a nigga is a ride or die in my book.
Huh?
I said any female that go homeless for a nigga is a ride or die in my book.
Oh yeah, I was literally like, man, I just wish you understood. Like the stuff that I would do for that boy.
Shit, I'm already knowing.
Like,
That's fucked up, man.
like, yeah.
So
He wasn't.
do you have nightmares?
Huh? Yeah, I have night terrors very bad. They had me on the highest dose of trazodone you can go, and it still don't fix it. Nothing fixes it. Nothing.
You okay? Now we can't.
I'm
You
sorry, y'all.
never
I
going
really
back,
gotta
right?
pee. Huh?
I said you ain't going back, is you?
Hell no! I'm about to lock him up for life. What is you talking about?
Now, you know what I'm saying. You might just put him in jail. You know, some females put a nigga in jail and don't even follow up on everything that's going on for real. You know, get a nigga
Listen, I
out.
would have, I would have classified in that range. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have been that
He,
bitch too.
he's
There were
he
so
still been
many
trying to
domestic
contact you.
violence charges I dropped.
He's still been trying to contact you.
See, his nephew. Like when I say his nephew is trying to like set me up or something, like his entire family's just on some weird stuff. So, how do I explain this?
They trying to get closer to
His
you all of a
nephew's
sudden.
trying to like take me on a date, this,
Oh
that, and
yeah,
the
they
third.
trying to get closer to you all of a sudden.
Yeah. Hakeem was like, man, come ride around with me for a deal. Or a day or whatever, all this. His fucking other cousin, what is his name? What is his name? I can't think of his name right now. He wanted me to come hang out with him. Like just weird little things, you know.
Hell no,
And you
that's
see, I still fuck with one of the people in my past life from there. His name's Gotti. And at first I thought that was a setup too.
Well, what the fuck? I know motherfuckers happy that you okay though. I know I'm happy you okay, man. Cause nigga, you could have died.
Man, I still got people to this day. Even my detective asking me how I got out.
Man, that's a blessing.
When I
That is
went downtown, because like this is what he didn't expect. Like 2 days after I got out of the hospital, I went downtown by myself. I looked fucked up. I could barely move. Everything hurt. I felt like I was walking on needles. And I went downtown. I went to the Justice Center. I walked into the Justice Center. First of all eyes on me, all of them. And I got upstairs. I sat down in the room. The moment he turned the recorder on, I threw up. I threw up
damn.
in a sink. I felt really bad. That's how like anxious he had made me. And like what's even crazier is um for like the past couple of years, I've had really, really high blood pressure. Like
Mm-hmm.
really high, like it's scary. And I have an irregular heart. All of a sudden, now that I'm doing good, my blood pressure's low. It don't make sense. It's really weird.